I'm your host, Athena Starseed. Today, I want to just welcome everybody. Thank you so much for participating. If you enjoy this show, please share it with your friends and also subscribe to our YouTube channel. This show is really about ushering in the Golden Age of Enlightenment, and we have incredible guests. We do readings, and we highlight light workers and way showers that have new perspectives on how we can heal physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. So let's take a nice deep breath. Inhale and exhale. From the point of light within the mind of God, let light stream forth into the minds of men. Let light return to earth. From the point of love within the heart of God, let love stream forth into the hearts of men. Let the Christ consciousness return to earth. In the center where the will of God is known, let the center guide the little wills of men, the center which the masters know and serve. And may it seal the door where evil dwells. May the plan of love, light, and power restore heaven on earth. Archangel Michael, Gabriel, Uriel, and Raphael, Father Sky, and Mother Earth, from the point of light that connects us all, please be here in the sacred circle of light. Om, 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 amen. So I'm very excited. Today in studio, we have Dr. Swaha Ron Holman, who is a healer, practitioner, and an alchemist, a medicine man. He is the one who created Ormus monoatomic gold with the Navapassana water. So he mixed two amazing different alchemical potions, and it actually helps with longevity. It's like a natural Botox, and it also is food for the light body. Welcome, Ron Holman.
Hello, hello, hello. Love you.
And we also have Dr. Sharon Forrest, who is a shaman and a longtime healer of over 45, 50 years with like almost over 200 different modalities, all the way from Canada. Welcome, Dr. Sharon.
Hello, hi. Welcome to everybody.
This is so exciting. So we're going to let Ron do a reading for the day, and then we're going to jump right into all the different wonderful things you're offering in October.
Go for it, Ron.
Okay, so the central card that came up is patience. It's like, I want patience and I want it now. But the thing is that many things mature in their own time. So we're looking at the card to the left of patience, and that is we are the world. As we acquire more and more patience in our own personal lives, that emanates out and touches everybody else and influences them to participate in a patient way when patience is the key. To the right is, abundance, sitting on wealth, prosperity, and the book of knowledge. So as we really allow ourselves to slow down and be patient, more and more abundance, knowledge comes in for us. Yes. The card under the central card is comparison. So right now we're looking at a history of comparing ourselves to others, our outsides to other people's outsides or insides. And this is a theme with which we came here to not only notice, but to deal with. And there's an interesting card to the left of that, which is compromise. Like most people think compromise is a dirty word, but actually, if there is some way to compromise in some ways without violating one's integrity, then you get more wins. So a lot of small wins really add up. To the right of that is, a new vision. As we move away from comparative analysis and start compromising, a new vision, a rising up from the old into the power, especially the women who are the way showers for the planet, especially the women in the West. Yes. At the top is a postponement. So as one becomes more and more capable, some fall into a postponement to continue to take action. As small as it may be, notice where you're influenced to postpone, and as you move forward, maybe cautiously, there is a maturity that starts coming in, a focus of maturity within the Ouroboros, the circle of life and knowledge.
Right.
That then opens the door for the Creator to start shining from within in a much more dynamic sort of way. God bless you all.
Amen to that fair prayer. Say aye. Well, this is very exciting. So, Ron, I would love for you to tell us how you met Dr. Sharon, for those of you who did not get to see our last show with her, and what you guys are up to these days.
Yeah, about 6'4", going on 6'7", and Devotion Nanda and I and Mama Sharon were featured speakers on an IONS cruise a few years back, and over the course of being exposed to Mama Sharon, it became very clear to me that there was an abundance of things that we could learn from her. Initially, I thought Devotion could learn more than me, but I certainly found that out very quickly when I examined deeply, what was coming out. And when I went to the 2-week course in Sedona, I'm telling you, I uncovered stuff that I didn't even know existed. And I came out of there so much more at peace and understanding. She ruined my ability to step into thinking I'm a victim. This is one of the biggest blessings that anybody can get in their life, to really get that, our circumstances of our life is what we agreed to go through in order to get the blessing that we asked for before we took birth. So Mama Sharon is my dear friend, and just an incredible human being. I also knew when I first looked at her that she has, there's taught and there's caught teachings. And I know that there is stuff that others, and especially me, could catch just being in the atmosphere of the taught teachings. Yeah. And, it's incredible. I love you, Mama Sharon.
I love you too, big guy.
And Mama Sharon, today is Ron Holman's birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Swaha Ron. Happy birthday to you.
Okay. All the best.
All right, Mama Sharon, let's talk about what's going on in October and how you have been healing all of these people for so many years. How did you get into healing?
Oh, my heavens. Okay, that's a lot of topics there. I started healing when I was 5 years old. I'm now 77 and a half, going backwards now. And then all my life I've been healing. At 16, I ran away from home from a very wealthy aristocrat English family and hid in the slums, where I opened a home for abused children and became called Cher Ange, or Dear Angel. So pretty well all my life has been dedicated to doing healing. I'm also in Egyptian numerology. I'm an infomaniac, which means everything intrigues me, everything fascinates me. I want to learn more, study more, and teach more, and share more. And so I have 5 degrees in science and medicine. But I truly, truly found that it's the university of life where we learn the most of the tools that we will use in our everyday life, and where we will learn how to heal ourselves and also to empower others to heal and empower them to help others to heal. So way back when I was 16, I wrote a card and it said, one day I will teach many people many wonderful and beautiful things, so that one day they will teach many people many wonderful and beautiful things. Never realizing that what I wrote on 16 on a card would actually be my life path. So due to all the degrees, say somebody has a migraine, it's definitely not a deficiency in aspirin, is it? And then how do I treat them? You could have 10 people with migraines, all 10 having the exact same symptoms, but all 10 having a different underlying cause, and all 10 need a different protocol. So how do you know? And that was my dilemma, because I thought, wow, as a doctor, do I prescribe a painkiller? As a naturopath, would I give something like feverfew? As a homeopath, would I do Byron or belladonna? As a chiro, would I look for a subluxation? As a nutritionalist, would I look for, toxicity deficiencies, allergies? As a hypnotherapist, would I look for this life, past life, interuteral? And where in the heck is the underlying cause? So as often is the case, if I have a dilemma, I'll start praying and saying, dear God, and the heavenly beings, guide me with this. I need clarification. And many of the things that I teach in the 2-week intensive and use on a daily basis in my life are things that I got in a meditation or in dream state. So as I woke up one morning, I had that altered state of something they told me to call results guaranteed priority testing. And what it was a way to communicate with a person's higher self to find out the underlying cause of this person's presenting issue and how this unique child of God needs to be treated. So this was absolutely amazing for me, because it opened a whole new world, and I was getting absolutely amazing results. Let me see. Two good examples of this, how it kind of works, is one was a doctor from Israel. He had 17 hospitals. He came to see me with a frozen shoulder, excruciating pain. He'd had all kinds of treatment, surgery, physiotherapy, medication, injections, etc. Nothing was working. So he flew in, and of course I immediately priority tested him, and it told me that he was 74 years old, that he exercised 3 to 4 hours a day, 7 days a week, and that he had a girl, and that he did just rowing and weightlifting, and that he had a mistress that he was trying to let go of for years. He said, how in the heck do you know that? And I said, your body just told me. He said, what do you mean? So anyway, then it told me that I had to do the CCMBA on him, which I think Ron and Devo are doing next week or some other time this month. Anyway, with that, he broke through. He was in that hour and a half it took to do the CCMBA. He came out of it with absolutely no pain and full use of his rotor cuff and his shoulder. So he actually helped me open the hospital that I opened in Cuernavaca, Mexico. So fast forward.
Wait 1 second, Dr. Sharon. We have to go to a commercial break, but then when we can come back, we can talk about what happened after that. But I'm just really fascinated that you can have somebody in front of you, either in person or on Skype, and your guides just start downloading you with personal information that you could not really know. Like, I don't know how you would actually even know that, but somehow you're communicating with unseen realms. And we all have access to that when we actually surrender to the divine will of God. This is Athena Starseed. This is a show called Heaven on Earth with Dr. Swaha Ron Holman and Dr. Sharon Forrest. Love you, love you, love you. Happy birthday.
Have you purchased a wine refrigerator or put a wine cellar in your home? Maybe you have a new wine rack. Great news, but what wines will you buy to stock your wine rack? Let me, Michael Horn, help. I'll find the wines for your wine cellar with your taste in mind. We'll determine what varietals, Cabernet, Pinot, Chardonnay, what types of wine, California, French, Italian, you like. We'll find you one-of-a-kind wines from all of our friends we interview daily on the What's Cooking show and the What's Cooking on Wine show. On a budget, we'll find you the best affordable wines. Want hard-to-get library wines? We can source those for you, too. And if you need cigars, let LA Rams sports legend and iconic actor Fred Dreyer make your selections. Hey, we could even host a wine dinner for you or set up a sports cigar party with Fred. Call me, Michael Horn, at the What's Cookin' Today show. Call 818-818-6400. That's 818-818-6400. Let us find the dream wines of your lifetime.
Do you owe back taxes to the IRS? Newsflash, the president has changed the tax laws, and now you may be able to pay the IRS less. If you owe $10,000 or more in back taxes, the tax doctor can help you pay the IRS as little as possible allowed by law. There are new tax laws for business owners, the self-employed, even W-2 workers. If you have a back tax problem or a few years of unfilled returns, new help to save you money is now here. Call right now to see how the new tax laws can help you. Plus, right now, we'll waive the consultation fee and give you a free tax savings report. Attention business owners, the self-employed, and W-2 workers. Make this free call to the tax doctor now and learn how to take advantage of the new tax laws that may help you pay the IRS less. 800-985-1610. 800-985-1610. 800-985-1610. That's 800-985-1610.
Hey Lorraine, do you realize that your mother, my mother-in-law, Chef Maria, has been serving Las Vegas since 1949?
Yes, I do, Dennis. That's when she first met Howard Hughes, who fell in love with her cooking.
And in 1955, she opened her first restaurant on Fremont Street.
Yes, dear. And another great customer was Liberace.
Wow. Then in 1962, while Frank Sinatra and the Rat Pack were causing global excitement on the Las Vegas Strip, your family opened their second restaurant.
And in 1972, Elvis Presley began electrifying Las Vegas audiences and eating in our restaurant.
You know, Lorraine, this is quite a town. There's only one Las Vegas.
And there's only one Bootlegger Italian Bistro.
Folks, when you're in Las Vegas, come visit us. We'll make you feel like you're part of our family.
The Bootlegger Italian Bistro, conveniently located at 7700 Las Vegas Boulevard, South Strip. Visit our website at www.bootleggerlasvegas.com.
Supreme grace, lay rain down through me. Supreme grace, lay rain down through me.
Hi, this is Athena Starseed. This is a show called Heaven on Earth, and today I'm very excited to celebrate Dr. Swaha Ron's birthday, and we have one of his favorite teachers and mentor, Dr. Sharon Forrest, all the way from Canada. And we were picking up on a story about you healing this doctor magically and opening up energy in his shoulder, and then he helped you with opening up your first hospital. You want to talk about that?
Yeah. So what I wanted to refer to was using the results guaranteed testing, and the other example that shows how with the exact same symptoms, the exact same name of that health problem can have a totally different protocol and a totally different underlying cause. So a psychologist from San Diego called and booked a session, and she came in and she told me that she was a cougar. And I thought a cougar was a direction of the west on the medicine wheel. Go ahead and laugh, Ron. I'm thinking, puma, jaguar.
Hummingbird.
Never done it. Anyway, I found out very quickly what it was. And of course, this was playing havoc in her relationship.
What is a cougar? What's a cougar?
A cougar is older women that like young boys.
Oh, I didn't know. Okay.
Oh. Yeah. See, the film we come from, we don't have that problem.
Okay.
So anyway, heavenly day, rabbits are rabbits, eh? So, pardon me. So anyway, she said that, we broke through. We found that the underlying cause was in her childhood where she had been sexually abused multiple times. And then here, thinking in her mind that, sex equals love, and total confusion. As so many people that have been abused as children, we get confused like that. So she broke through and healed that in the one session. She was so thrilled. So she would call and ask me to book her for an hour or 2 hours, and she would bring her caseload. Dr. Sharon, how do I treat this client? What do I do for this client? And I would help her. And then one day she called and said, I have a very difficult client for you. I said, great. Who is it? And she said, my husband. I said, really, what's wrong? Well, he had a frozen shoulder, excruciating pain. He'd been operated on, been out of work for 6 months, couldn't even hold a piece of paper, couldn't dress himself or anything, was just in agony. I said, bring him in. So here he is with the exact same symptoms and the exact same health condition as Dr. Anbar. But when I tested him, it said past life back door. And this is a therapy that I teach only in the 2-week intensive that Ron was alluding to. So when we did that, I took his case history, and in it, he said that his father used to beat him mercilessly, but he hated his mother. And I said, did she beat you too? He said, no, but I hate her. And I said, why? She's chicken, she's coward, she's yelly-bellied. I hate cowards. I can't stand people that are cowards. And of course, when we attack somebody else like that, what does that mean? It means it's a part of us that hasn't healed, isn't it?
Right.
Yep.
So we all know that. So then with Past Life Backdoor, it's a protocol with light interactive hypnosis where you take them back to a similar energy in a past life. And once they're in the similar energy in the past life, you flip them into a similar thing in this life. Because in this case, it's when they're in denial. They don't want to see what's really there. They don't want to accept what's really there. Yeah. And I love acronyms. I think of denial as DENIAL. Don't even notice I am lying.
Mm-hmm.
So the protocol that came up, Past Life Backdoor, so I took him down, and he immediately went into a past life where he was a Native American. I don't remember the name he used, but he was standing in a river, and he was wearing just a loincloth and a headband with 3 feathers. He had a spear, and he was spearing salmon as they went upstream to spawn. And then he said, oh, my woman, and described this woman coming into the water with him, and then goes, no! And I said, what's wrong? And this grizzly bear had lumbered into the water. It startled his woman. She let out a scream, lost her balance, and fell with a big splash into the water, which startled the bear, and the bear lunged for her. So the man took his spear and stabbed the bear, but it only grazed the bear and caused the bear to go into a frenzy and attack. And so then the Indian man just ran. And when he looked back, his woman had been mauled to death by a bear.
Oh, my goodness. Dr. Sharon, we have to go to our commercial break again, but I am very clear that every physical symptom comes from somewhere, either emotionally, mentally, or even past life. So this is Athena Starseed. This is a show called Heaven on Earth. We'll be right back after these commercial messages with Dr. Sharon Forrest.
Hi, friends. This is Larry Minetti. Go to LarryMinetti.com to get my book, Aloha Magnum. You'll read all about the wonderful guest stars like Carol Burnett, Elvis Presley, Frank Sinatra, and many, many more. There is an episode guide and my favorite recipes that I really cook at home. I will include a free signed photo with every book. Get Aloha Magnum at LarryMinetti.com. Order now. Aloha.
When you really want Italian food, you've got to get to Columbo's. Columbo's Italian Steakhouse and Jazz Club, Colorado Boulevard, Eagle Rock. It's that little neighborhood place you wish was down the street from you. Seekers of luscious and appetizing gustatorial pursuits, indulge your fancies with steaks so absolutely yum-yum, vegetarians have forsaken kale and Pilates and never look back. Fish specialties so fresh and delicious and chosen by King Neptune himself, and relish Columbo's Italian family specialties so delectable you'll be yelling out, bravo, bravo! And let's not forget Columbo's world-famous meatballs, and you've got to try their breakfast pizza. Oh, and jazz every night. Service that's friendly, not fawning, and at a price that'll keep you coming back. That's Columbo's, that little neighborhood place you wish was down the street from you. Columbo's, Manja.
What are you going to do with your old car? You can try selling it, you could junk it, or you could donate it to Heritage for the Blind. Your car will be towed away for free, and your donation is tax deductible. Just call 1-800-785-9618. Heritage for the Blind accepts cars, vans, trucks, and boats. It doesn't matter if your vehicle runs or not. It will be towed away for free, and you'll be supporting those that need help. Heritage for the Blind is a nonprofit organization that helps the visually impaired live fuller lives. Call right now to donate your car, and as a special thank you for calling, you'll receive a free 3-day vacation voucher to many exciting locations. Call Heritage for the Blind right now, 1-800-785-9618. Donating is easy, and your vehicle is towed away for free. Plus, you'll get a free vacation voucher. Call now, 1-800-785-9618. That's 1-800-785-9618.
If Ernest Hemingway was alive today, would he say this to you?
Shakespeare, Mark Twain, Edgar Allan Poe, all great writers. And after reading your book, I simply must add you to the list.
Wait, you don't have a book yet. So make a free call to Page Publishing. Their expert staff can help you turn your book idea into a real book, a masterpiece that could someday make the bestseller list in hard copy and digitally all across the world. Page Publishing can help you completely take your idea for a book, write it, and publish it. So if you want to join the ranks of some of the most famous authors in the world, call now for a free information kit. Turn your book idea into publishing gold. Make a free call right now to Page Publishing.
800-378-3212. 800-378-3212. 800-378-3212. That's 800-378-3212.
Destination South Point. 11 great restaurants, bingo, bowling, movies, race books, sports books, spa, live entertainment, oversized rooms, and the rates unbeatable. The South Point Las Vegas. Book now. Online at southpointcasino.com or call 866-791-7626. southpointcasino.com or call 866-791-7626. At the South Point Las Vegas, you're always a winner.
Hi, this is Athena Starseed, and we are back with a show called Heaven on Earth. And we have Dr. Sharon Forrest all the way from Canada and Dr. Swaha Ron Holman, and it's his birthday today. And we are going back to the story, Mama Sharon, where you were wrapping that up, where you found out what modality that he needed and how to treat it, because everybody is individual and their past lives, like the bear attacking this woman, bled over to this life. And now he hates victims or people that are cowards, because maybe he was a coward.
Yeah, that's actually what happened, was that he realized that he said, if I was a brave, I would have stayed in that water and stabbed the bear till the bear died, or I died a brave protecting my woman. I am a coward. I cannot live with myself. I cannot go back to my people. I will be humiliated and tortured. So then he took the spear and took his life. And as I mentioned, what we attack in another is always a part of ourselves that we haven't healed and probably don't see. So I said to him, this is why you hated your mother for being a coward when she really wasn't, but it was because you hadn't healed this past life. And all that's in your arm is all those times you didn't hit the bear, you didn't stab the bear. So here's a pillow, here's a ruler, stab that pillow and break it out. And he was screaming and stabbing the pillow. And when it was finished, he had full use of his arm. He walked out using with a piece of paper, a flyer of mine for my next workshop in his hand. His daughter was waiting in the waiting room to tie his shoes. He said, I can do it myself. Wow. He walked down the steps, massaging his daughter's neck. His wife opened the window and said, good God, Dr. Sharon, what did you do this time? And I said, confident client information, speak to your husband. So, as Ron can attest, we can find out anything about anybody and heal it. But they have to be willing to work on themselves. And as Ron and Eva can tell you, I'm tough because I have owl medicine. I can see where people are stuck. Nobody can hide anything from me, and I can help them to break through.
I have a question, Dr. Sharon. I have a question really quick. Okay. When you have a tough client who doesn't want to take responsibility and wants to just play the victim and tell their story, how do you deal with that?
Well, I get tough. And I can be very tough. So, and I always seem to break through. I know because of Egyptian numerology, it will tell me what is really going on with this person and why they're not breaking through and how I have to act and react with them. So people with a different number, one, I would have to be very strong and firm and adamant. Another, I have to be calm and gentle. And so, as you can see, I'm a multiple personality person. So it'll always pick up on how that person needs to be treated, but also the symptom that comes up. Unfortunately, many people play what I call Plone disease, poor little old me. And that's just to their own detriment. But they can break through. And I always say, keep a Q-tip with you, Q-T-I-P, quit taking it personally. And Ron and Devo tell you how often they use that Q-tip for themselves as they continue to heal.
We walked into class one day, and she calls me up and hands me 2 Q-tips. And I go back to Devotion and gave her one of them.
Were you taking something personally, Ron? Maybe. I know it's sensitive. I know sometimes I do too. We all do.
Of course. That's the way that's how we heal. My heavens. So we can pinpoint, the results guarantee can pinpoint even the minutest thing could be the underlying cause of a health condition. And one that I use a lot is this healthcare practitioner from California came to see me. And she had all kinds of things going on. And when I prior to tested it, I said, oh, you have a light on in your room, or there's a light shining in your room at night. She goes, how do you know? I said, your body just told me, and your body's not creating the right amount of melatonin and serotonin. You need a completely dark room for your body to recuperate at night. And that was exactly what it was.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so it'll pinpoint things like this. It'll pinpoint maybe somebody just needs to be more on a spiritual path, or maybe they're getting metaphysical indigestion by taking too many courses and delving in too many types of, metaphysics and spirituality. It will pinpoint down to the minutest detail what is the underlying cause and what is the protocol that this person needs. So during the 2-week intensive, the results guaranteed training, people learn how to do this protocol. One whole day is geared to showing them how to use it and a multiple ways to do the testing so that you get an accurate test. And then the first week is all on physical things like how to stop heart attacks in seconds, flip out hiatal hernias, fix the one leg shorter than another leg, and neck aches, back aches, constipation, nutrition, herb supplements. That's all the first week. How to find the exact right one for yourself or your client or loved one. And then they get a day's break. That's why I go shopping for more food. And then the second week is deeper and deeper each day into deep emotional issues. Inner child, interuteral. Devo's good at this. Interuteral, we've had some phenomenal cases, breakthroughs of healing what was considered incurable by the results guaranteeing indicating that it was a womb experience. They had bad womb mates. So they kept these beliefs with them, and one session they broke through and were totally healed. Their whole life changed, and I can give a couple examples of that too if you're interested.
Yes, and I want to know something. Can someone take this 2-week course that's not a professional healer?
Yes, they definitely can, as long as they're interested in healing or they have an area of their life they want to heal, or they have loved ones that need help. There's one section that's called the It Works and Results and it works. It's absolutely mind-boggling. It goes way beyond what is known as remote control today. Wow. And you can actually become another person, and you as that other person heal them.
Wow.
And that person can be either on the other side of life or in this life or anywhere on this planet. You can connect. And it's mind-boggling. There's just a couple of places to touch on the human head with an intention, and they have immediately connected to that other person. And so then if I say, what is your name? They'll say the other person's name.
Wow.
Yeah, they've totally. And then what are you feeling? Where are you? What's happening? And they uncover stuff when they go back and verify it with their parents or loved ones. People are astounded. How did you ever find that out? And it's there. It's there. And that's one of the protocols that we spend a whole day doing. And major breakthroughs. Would you like an example of that?
Yes, I would. And also, too, like, can you talk a little bit about these guides that come in and that give you this download? Or do you see a person in your dream? Or how does it happen? How do you communicate with the unseen realms?
I call it GOK. God only knows. I'm aware of it being several different people. As Ron's there, he can attest. People use my body. I'm just an instrument here on Earth. It's not me at all doing any of these healing modalities, but you'll see lights come out of my hands, or my hands will turn blue, or they'll go dark if they're doing psychic surgery and taking something out. I'm simply the instrument, so I never know exactly what's going to happen until it starts happening. And I believe everybody has this capability and this gift if only they get out of the way enough to and use it.
A quick note, I did a healing with a man last weekend, and when he was on the table doing a past life backdoor, he physically threw up in a waste paper basket 3 times during the healing. And afterwards, he wondered why he felt so much lighter.
Yeah, what is that when they throw up, Dr. Sharon?
It's cosmic vomit. I call it cosmic vomit. It's deep stuff coming up from many, many levels. Most of the time, there isn't much. It's mostly bile, like and saliva. Every once in a blue moon, there'll be, a vomit as we think of vomit with a whole bunch of junk. But very often it's more bile, but it's just deep stuff that's being released on many levels: mental, physical, emotional, spiritual, morphogenic, you name it, DNA.
Exactly, and a lot of people let off really nauseous odors, too. I had a lady that let off turpentine last week, and afterwards I said, what does turpentine mean to you? She got a look on her face. She had turpentine in sugar cubes in India in order to kill parasites. It came out of her body.
Yeah. That's what the CCMBA, it's amazing what will happen. That it will release at a cellular and DNA and morphogenic level whatever is there, and people are absolutely astounded. And I think on the last talk I gave the example of the lady in California whose mother died from DDT. Did I talk about that?
Yeah, you did. It was amazing.
Yeah, so that's the example. Or if somebody, like one person, a stewardess, flew in and she ate a hamburger when she was 16 that the meat was bad. And she said, how do you know that? I said, it's coming off your body. What happened when you ate this hamburger? Well, it was her 16th birthday, and her father totally humiliated her in front of all her friends. And the smell that came off, I said, oh, you eat hamburgers with just mustard and pickles, and you were poisoned by one. And she goes, how do you know? I said, it's coming off your body. So the olfactory system is one of the strongest systems we have in our body, and so they will start giving off these odors. When you're traumatized in any way, everything that's going on around you, sound, smells, everything is recorded at a deep cellular level. And when you start releasing, it comes out. And it's amazing. So it's important when you're doing the healing, pay attention to what's coming up, no matter how weird it is. Like Krista with the DDT, or another man with vanilla ice cream cones, with such vehement hate from his father. And at CCMBA, he started releasing vanilla ice cream cones. And he had vehement hate, so I had patted him with pillows and everything. And when I asked him about it, I smelled vanilla ice cream, and I heard, happy birthday, I love you, please forgive me. And when I told him this, he burst out sobbing, and I was just rocking him, holding him, and deep, wrenching sobs like men do. And when he calmed down, I said, Mohan, what happened? And his father used to beat him and his brother till they bled, and then would feel guilty and buy them an ice cream cone. And then years passed, and his father called one day and asked Mohan to forgive him. And Mohan said, you can rot in hell, and you bastard, I'll never forgive you. And the father said, son, I'm dying. And Mohan said, I don't give a damn, and hung up the phone. Here, all these years later, he's with me in Cuernavaca, Mexico, doing a CCMBA, and he burst out crying. He said, Dr. Sharon, today's my 55th birthday. I'm here on the Vision Quest, and I was wondering if there was some way I could let my father know that I am forgiving him.
Wow.
And here was the proof.
Oh my
Vanilla ice cream, happy birthday, I love you, please forgive me. Changed that man's life.
Yeah, what happens, Dr. Sharon, if we don't forgive and we withhold all of that junk in our bodies when we die?
Then guess what? You come back with it amplified.
Oh my goodness.
You don't get away. It's worse. Been there, done that.
Can you talk about when you do the healing where you can see into the Akashic records, Ron? You were saying that was profound.
Yeah, we do that. I think that's towards the last day, second to last day of the 2-week intensive. We do the Akashic records, and we go back through 5 lives to clear what has been there. And for many people, like in Egyptian numerology, the way I do it is totally different than the traditional numerology, the Pythagorean or the Newtonian or the Kabbalan. And there's one number that indicates what your soul has been trying to heal many, many lifetimes. And to go in to heal that, you have to get into the Akashic records. And then the higher self brings up the particular reel, so to speak, or files out of your Akashic record that we need to clear. And once you clear those, then all of the rest clear.
Does everybody get to see what Ron saw? Can everybody see every agreement they made in this lifetime, or only certain psychic people?
They do. By this time, they're really working on this. And we take pictures when people first come in, and then when they leave, they're 2 totally, completely different people. Like we had civil engineers become healers. We had judges become healers. We had medical doctors become healers. It's just amazing that how people can totally turn their lives around once they get in touch. And I don't let people get away with things, to play their small self or the victim or poor me or the blame game, because I'm going to be in their face. And the ones that come on the 2-week intensive are the ones that are willing to work on themselves, want to heal, want to help their loved ones, don't want things to continue multi-generationally, because we also know that what we don't heal ourselves, then our children are dealing with it.
That's important. Oh my goodness. We are getting ready to go to a commercial break, but that was one thing that I was really keenly aware of when I had a lot of trauma in my own childhood. As we all go through our initiations, when I had my daughter Reverence, who's 7 now, I was like, I really have to address my family lineage and this lifetime so that nothing lands on my beautiful, sweet daughter. And I don't think any mother or any father would want that to happen to their children. So listen, if you're out there and you're listening to this, if you feel attracted to Dr. Sharon or Swaha Ron Holman or this information, please sign up. You can go to anewalchemy.com and register. It's in 3 payments. The seminar is October 13th
to 27th.
13th to 27th. We'll be right back after these commercial messages.
Arrowhead.
Lake Arrowhead. It's in California. And there's going to be 3 beautiful houses, and all meals are included. Thank you so much, and we'll be right back.
Love you, love you, love you,
love you, love you. Take some more Ormus right now. Love you, Dr. Sharon.
Hi, everyone. This is Fred Dreyer. You listen to me every week on the Sports Lounge. Well, I'm here to tell you my good friend and co-host, Michael Horn, is making his wine knowledge and his incredible industry contacts available to you. Mike will educate you in the world of wines. He will stock your wine cellar, wine refrigerator, or wine rack with one-of-a-kind wines. Also, as a lover of a great glass of port, I will share with you my experiences in finding the cigars that fit your palate. I will help you stock your humidor with great cigars that reflect your growing taste and the very best smokes for your budget. Mike and I can set up a once-in-a-lifetime wine dinner, and I can host a sports cigar party. Call us today at 818-818-6400. That's 818-818-6400. Let us find the dream wines and cigars of your lifetime.
Do you want to fly somewhere, anywhere in the world? Smart travelers call myflightsearch.com for the best deals on flight tickets. Going to Manila, Bangkok, London, how about Singapore? Call myflightsearch.com for the lowest flight tickets available. What about a local vacation? Let's say you want to fly to Vegas, Orlando, Miami, Los Angeles, or Denver. Pick up the phone and call myflightsearch.com right now. We have exclusive deals that you can't find anywhere else. The only way you can get these low airline prices is by calling us. We have so many low prices available, we can't possibly tell them to you right here and now. If you're flying somewhere anytime in the next 6 months and you want the lowest airline ticket prices anywhere, you owe it to yourself to save a ton of money. So pick up your cell phone and call myflightsearch.com right now.
Call 800-445-3166. 800-445-3166. That's 800-445-3166. Call now. 800-445-3166.
You order a glass of your favorite Cabernet, fresh asparagus, hollandaise on the side, a filet, medium rare. You unfurl your napkin with a flair, close your eyes, and prepare to listen. Ah, there it is. The sweet music you long to hear. The sizzle. The sizzle of a Ruth's Chris steak.
The most magnificent corn-fed prime beef, broiled to perfection at 1800 degrees. Some call it a sizzle. We call it an anthem.
As the waiter approaches, you think, is this one mine or that one?
Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. Like Ruth always said, life's too short to eat anywhere else.
Make a reservation online at ruthschris.com or by calling 800-544-0808.
Hi, this is Athena Starseed, and we are back on Heaven on Earth. And if you like the show, please subscribe, please share it with your friends. And we only have 4 minutes left. And I wanted to say, Mama Sharon, I'm so excited because I booked a session with you, and it's very involved. So she emails you, you have to answer a series of questions. She goes over a protocol, and she does your Egyptian numerology. She does an angel reading, and then she asks you to write down any trauma that you have gone through, childhood, past, present, future, and also to any physical ailments, so that when she does a session, which lasts 2 hours for only $300, which is amazing because it's like 30 years of therapy, that she can really get in there and do that soul archaeology and start just ripping things out of you that your ego puts in your blind spot that you don't sometimes want to let go of for your own safety. So, Mama Sharon, how can people get a hold of you to book you to do private sessions?
I'm taking less and less. I'm trying to retire, but I guess the best would just to email me at healnowitstime at gmail.com. healnowitstime@gmail.com. I don't want to give my number because last time I had people calling at 1 and 2 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, yeah, because you're in Canada.
Yeah, but I'm on the West Coast, don't forget, same time as LA. The other thing I want to stress is people might have trouble knowing how to spell a new alchemy. Another email that might be best is resultstraining 2018, resultstraining 2018 at gmail.com.
Okay, but to register for the class for the 2-week seminar in October, that's anualchemy.com, ANU alchemy.com.
And it's on the screen.
And it's on the screen. So anybody that's watching this show can register for that 2 weeks, and you go to Arrowhead for 2 weeks. And Ron, go ahead.
Yeah. 2 weeks in Arrowhead.
Okay, because we also have that in email, results training 2018 at gmail.com. So whatever one people like the best.
And you're only taking 22 students. So those of you who are interested in this, please sign up now. Do not delay. This could be a way to free yourself, lighten up your load, clear your family karma, and actually empower yourself. Oh, and I have one more question, Dr. Sharon. Do you, when you go into the Akashic Records, tell the soul what their purpose is for this lifetime? Do they get to see that?
Yeah, they get to see that. They get to understand all the proclivities, all the painful events, all the wonderful things, how it all ties into what your life mission is and what your soul has been trying to heal for many lifetimes.
And if you heal that stuff, will that clear up any karma on lack or not being financially successful in your purpose?
Yeah, yes, and also the CCMBA can do that, can release, because the CCMBA is the law of grace. So some people will clear that immediately in one CCMBA, and other people need to do the deeper emotional work because there's something they have to learn or something that will help them in their practice or help them to heal and understand their families.
So CCMBA is what? Complete
cellular mind-body alignment and complete cellular soul memory clearing.
Wow. That's profound. I had Ron do one of those sessions, and I floated off of the chair within 5 minutes, 45 minutes in peace, and then wailing, crying, screaming for another 45 minutes to an hour and a half. And I walked out lighter and softer. You have 60 seconds. You can wrap us up.
Softer and lighter and sweeter. So sweet.
And Ron, you're getting sweeter and sweeter too.
That's true, Ron. You are getting sweeter.
A little bit. A little bit. I like working with men. I like helping men to step into a place of grace and sweetness inside. It really helps in relationships.
Yay, and that's what we need. We need our men to honor the women and take care of them and love each other. And we always want to take responsibility for our stuff, even if we get triggered by the other. This is Athena Starseed. Dr. Mama Sharon Forrest out of Canada will be here in America for her last teaching before she retires. And Dr. Swaha, Ron Holman, will be there with us. Thank you so much.
Love you, love you,
love you, Mama Sharon.
Love you, love you, love you, love you.
Share the show, like it, and we'll see you next week, same time, same bat station. Woo!